Right now, the presidential race still too close to call, and the president is already taking some of the states in question to court.
Plus, the Trump campaign says they want a recount in Wisconsin. We'll explain the process and whether the results are likely to change.
And near record warmth is expected the next few days here in southern Wisconsin. All the details coming up.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, folks. We're so glad you're joining us on this Thursday, November 5th. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Well, we are still waiting on final results from the 2020 presidential election. But by the Associated Press count, here is where things stand right now. Joe Biden currently in the lead with 264 electoral votes. They called Arizona for Biden early yesterday morning. Fox News also projects that Biden will be the winner in Arizona, but the votes are still being counted there. The state would put Biden on the verge of securing enough electoral votes to become the next president.
I'm Josh Ryder. Here's a look at the map right now. According to the AP, they still have 5 states as undecided: Nevada, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, and Alaska. Earlier yesterday morning, the Associated Press called Arizona for Joe Biden. CBS News says it will likely go to Biden, but has yet to make that call. On their maps, as votes are still being counted. Now, take a look at this. We got the latest numbers in from Arizona just before 2 o'clock this morning. Joe Biden still up there and has been for most of the last 24 hours, but his lead is closing. President Trump is picking up more votes as the ballots are being counted. Biden is currently leading by just under 70,000 votes. Election officials in Arizona say they will be giving an update until later today. Georgia is really the one to watch right now, though, as it could be called at any moment. The latest count update came in just about an hour ago. Democrats still holding out hope for the traditionally red state to flip. An estimated 95% of ballots have been counted there, and President Trump is leading by 23,000 votes. What votes do still need to be counted are the Democratic-leaning counties surrounding Atlanta. We're not expecting to get any updates out of Nevada until later this morning. Election officials there say they plan to be done counting sometime early today. That state could provide a win to the Biden campaign if Arizona does in fact go to Biden. Those 2 states' electoral votes putting him exactly at 270. Pennsylvania, meanwhile, the easiest path to victory for Joe Biden. Its 20 electoral votes would immediately push Biden into the presidency. If those go to President Trump, though, it would make for an even closer race. The president is leading in Pennsylvania, but that lead is shrinking, and an estimated 1 million ballots still need to be counted.
President Trump's campaign is looking to take legal action in several states as counting continues.
The president has implied for months now that he'd plan to take election results to court. So far, he's filed challenges in 3 states. The Trump campaign is filing for possible action in Pennsylvania, joining in already pending action from Republicans. Their challenge is demanding more access for campaign observers where ballots are being processed and counted. The campaign is also looking to intervene in a Supreme Court case that deals with when ballots can be received in Pennsylvania.
President Trump's campaign also filed legal action in Michigan before the state was called for Biden. They're asking for access to a number of locations in that state to review ballots that have already been processed. In Georgia, the Trump campaign claims it's suing to uphold state law, which requires ballots to be received by 7 p.m. Election Day. The lawsuit alleges a Republican poll observer in Georgia witnessed 53 late absentee ballots illegally added to a stack of on-time ballots. Georgia officials say all boxes were locked and secured as required by law. The campaign says it's also keeping the door open for a possible recount in Georgia. A candidate can ask for one in Georgia if the margin of victory is less than half of 1%.
President Trump's campaign says it will also ask for a recount here in Wisconsin, which was called for Biden yesterday.
This wouldn't be the first time Wisconsin goes through a full recount. Taylor Lazenby is with us now to talk about how that works.
Hi guys, good morning. That's right. The last time we saw a recount was in the 2016 presidential election, which resulted in just a few changes to the final tally of votes here in Wisconsin. Now, after the 2016 election, Republicans tightened up some of the requirements that a losing candidate can demand a recount only when the margin is 1 point or less. Now, I spoke with Dane County Clerk Scott McDonald on how the recount will go in this election and if he feels like the results will differ.
The count in Wisconsin is extremely accurate, and I expect, if there is a recount, that the numbers would not change much.
500,
So what happens next? Well, now the counties will start their canvasses. They're required to start by November 10th and must be done by November 17th. Then they will send the results to the State Elections Commission and clarify results on December 1st. Now, 3 of the past 5 presidential elections in Wisconsin were decided by less than a percentage point. Coming up in the next half hour, we're going to discuss more about the President Trump's request to have a recount. Reporting live in downtown Madison, Taylor Lazenby, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Taylor.
All right, coming up on 6:05 right now, let's turn to your first warn weather forecast with Hattie, and all smiles, all the votes going for your forecast this week.
Yeah, if we could just keep this going for another couple of weeks, I wouldn't complain. Take a look at high temperatures across the region. You'll notice a lot of 70s on the map. We came close here in Madison, 69 degrees. 72 was the record yesterday, so didn't set any new records, but take a look at temperatures all around. 74 in Minneapolis, even Superior topping at 75 degrees, warmer than we were here in Madison. Now that near record warmth is expected to continue for several days. We're going to be close to records today and tomorrow. My forecast highs are the yellow bars. The records are the orange bars on this graph. So you can see just how close we are. Saturday and Sunday will be the warmest out of the next 5 days, but records are a little higher both of those days. So I don't think we're going to break them, but we'll come close. Again, nonetheless, any way you look at it, these temperatures are quite warm for early November. Here's a look at Weather Track. We have clouds in the area this morning, mostly cloudy skies for southern Wisconsin. The back edge of the clouds now working its way through Eau Claire, so it is advancing pretty quickly to the south and east. So these clouds are not going to last very long today. We're going to clear out pretty quickly. Here's a look at our temperatures early this morning. 40s and 50s again on the map. 50 in Mineral Point. We're actually up a degree in Madison to 52 right now. 50 in Janesville, 49 in Watertown. Quite a mild start to the day. Winds are from the southwest, but they're still pretty light, less than 5 miles an hour in most locations. Here's a look at your future track forecast model. It's doing a pretty good job showing you the clouds covering southern Wisconsin this morning. As we work our way towards 7:30, we'll still likely see some clouds here in Madison, but that clearing already working its way into areas like the Dells. By lunchtime, we're all under mostly sunny skies. We'll have a light west wind and rapidly warming temperatures. Temps will climb pretty close to 70 degrees today in most locations. In fact, wouldn't be surprised to see 70 in Janesville again, and especially through the Wisconsin River Valley, 70s possible as well. Here's a look at your extended forecast then. As we go through tonight into tomorrow, we'll stay very mild. Overnight lows in the 40s. Daytime highs again tomorrow with mostly sunny skies. Right back up to where we are today, 69 degrees. We have 70s in the forecast for the weekend, although it will be a little bit windier, especially on Sunday. I have pushed back our rain chances. It looks like that next storm system is slowing down a bit, so I'm not expecting the rain until Monday afternoon. So that means we get one more mild day on Monday.
I'm thinking a lot of restaurants and patios are loving this forecast, especially for the weekend, Hattie, so they can have one more weekend this season.
I know, such a treat to be able to do things outside.
It really is. We will certainly take it. Thank you so much. 6:07 right now and developing now. We're tracking protests overnight in several states as ballots continue to be counted at this hour. Take a look at this. A large group gathering outside a counting center in Maricopa County, Arizona. Our affiliate on the ground there says a group tried to break into the building. They claim to be journalists, but several people were carrying guns. Sheriff's deputies are now guarding the building in full tactical gear. The group, mostly Trump supporters, chanting 4 more years and stop the steal. To this point, there have been no documented reports of irregularities in Arizona.
Police in Portland, Oregon, meantime, are officially declaring protests there a riot. It started early yesterday evening as a response to the president's claims that he would try to stop the vote count in battleground states. Portland police showing what they've confiscated from rioters, including a rifle with a full magazine, fireworks, and a knife. In Detroit, people there rallied yesterday afternoon demanding officials stop counting ballots. Protesters were pushing up against windows and blocking doors at a convention center where ballots were being processed. Their chants come as the AP and CBS News called the state for Biden once absentee ballots in the Detroit area were counted.
As ballots were being tallied, groups in Madison also rallied to make sure every vote counts. The Defend the Vote rally took place at the Capitol last night. Organizers say it's important not to call a presidential winner until every vote is counted. While the event pushed back against the Trump administration, the event was set to happen regardless of election outcome.
And so for us, there was no reason reason ever to sit back and believe that we were going to be done, that we were going to be treated fairly by the people who are in charge. You know, that's just fundamentally untrue in Wisconsin. It's untrue in the United States. And so we wanted to be prepared for whatever outcome.
This was just one of a few rallies calling for all ballots to be counted yesterday. One of them also held up traffic with a car caravan in the Hilldale shopping area.
6:09 right now. Let's take a look at your first warn traffic on this Thursday morning as you head out across town right now. We're starting to see a couple of yellow and red spots showing up in the downtown area along East Washington Avenue, especially near 1st Street there. Keep that in mind as you head out this morning. Drive times as you head inbound, though. We're moving at posted speeds. And John Nolan Drive also looking good heading into downtown. That's your first warn traffic.
6:09 coming up. The presidency, not the only office on the line this morning. After the break, we're tracking the latest from the race to control Congress.
Plus, UW-Madison now able to get more COVID tests done. How a federal partnership is helping that happen. Stay with us.
Health researchers are trying to learn more about diseases like arthritis, cancer, asthma, diabetes. Join the All of Us research program to share your health information. With your partnership, they will learn more faster.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma, RAV4, Camry, and more.
I'll take it.
I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2020 Toyota Camry.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really. Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
The OBGYN team at Associated Physicians wants you to know that we are here to focus on you. Call us for an appointment today at 233-9746.
Work smarter. Use the cloud to securely print, scan, and collaborate. GI Office Technologies, helping businesses like yours.
It's A1 Furniture's 41st anniversary sale. Over $1 million of in-stock inventory is available now with free white glove delivery on any purchase of $9.99 or more. Plus, get 4 years free financing with qualified purchase. Don't miss A1 Furniture's 41st anniversary sale. Going on now.
Happy Hour just got hoppier at IHOP with a $5 menu featuring pancakes, burgers, and more yum-yums. So while you can't buy happiness, you can buy hoppiness. iHoppy Hour, every day from 2 to 10 p.m.
Join the growing number of News 3 Now Channel 3000 Facebook followers. Get breaking news, interesting, relevant content, and stay connected all day long.
We're back at 6:13. Right now, we're tracking the latest in the race to control the U.S. Senate this morning. Democrats and Republicans are currently tied, each with 48 seats. It will take 51 seats to secure a majority. That leaves 4 seats still up for grabs this morning. Those coming from Alaska, North Carolina, and 2 from Georgia. Alaska expected to go to the Republican candidate. The other 3 are still too close to call. As for the House of Representatives, the Democrats expected to continue to hold control. They currently hold 210 seats, Republicans 190. It takes 218 to maintain control. Before the election, Democrats held 233 seats in the House. They're expected to lose a few seats, but not enough for the Republicans to gain control.
A couple races across the country are making history this election cycle. In New York, 2 congressional candidates were elected as the first openly gay black men in Congress. Richie Torres will represent the South Bronx area in the House of Representatives. He's joined by Mondaire Jones, representing New York's 17th congressional district. Torres told reporters he's proud to contribute to the diversity of the legislature. And New Mexico, now the first state to elect all women of color to its House delegation. 3 women announced they won their districts Wednesday morning, including incumbent Deb Haaland, who made history in 2018 as well as one of the first Native American women elected to Congress. Republican Yvette Herrell, a member of the Cherokee Nation, also won her race. She had the support of several big-name Republicans, including President Trump.
Another historic vote here, this one from Oregon, becoming the first state to decriminalize small amounts of certain hard drugs. That includes heroin, cocaine, and LSD. It was a plan backed by criminal justice reform groups to keep people out of jails and prisons. Offenders arrested now with small amounts of the drug will instead pay a $100 fine and be required to go to a recovery program. 4 more states also legalized recreational marijuana: Arizona, Montana, New Jersey, and South Dakota. The United States is no longer part of the Paris Climate Accord. Our country formally left the agreement yesterday, the first and only of the nearly 200 nations who signed on to do so. The agreement is an international plan to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. President Trump announced his plan to leave the agreement in 2017 and filed to leave it last year. Joe Biden says if he wins the presidency, the country will sign back on.
Happening now at 6:15, Ada is a tropical depression this morning, but is headed toward the U.S. coast. The storm claiming at least 1 life so far and still has days of devastation in store for Central America. It's already destroyed 5 bridges, 14 roads, and 339 homes in Honduras. The slow-moving storm made landfall along the coast of Nicaragua as a Category 4 storm with maximum sustained winds near 148 miles per hour. Later this week, the storm expected to reemerge over the Caribbean and possibly move over Cuba by Sunday. By Monday morning, Ada could threaten the southeastern part of our country. Hattie's been tracking this since the very beginning. Hattie, what can you tell us this morning?
Yeah, this is a very long-lived storm system. You're right, it's a tropical depression now. It has weakened pretty rapidly since it's been moving over land. It's in the middle of Honduras. Over the next couple of hours, though, it is expected to continue this northward track, but eventually turn more towards the northeast and back out over those warm, open waters of the Caribbean. And again, that will happen sometime late tonight or early Friday morning. Once that storm moves over the warm waters, it will likely intensify again, at least into a tropical storm, and approach Cuba. Now, as it gets a little closer to the United States, it's going to be steered by a couple of weather systems. There's high pressure along the east coast that's actually going to steer that storm back towards the Gulf and around an area of low pressure in the Gulf. So kind of a crazy track of this system, but it bears watching closely as we go through the weekend into the first part of next week, because this storm may impact the southern tip of Florida or other areas along the Gulf Coast. So we'll keep a close eye on that one through the weekend. Our current conditions here, we still have some clouds in the area here in Madison. It's 52 degrees, though. Hard to complain about temperatures in the 50s right now. Winds are calm. Dew points are in the mid-40s. Now, our winds today are not expected to increase too much. They'll shift to the west, but stay generally less than 10 miles an hour through the day. Here's our pet walk forecast. This is Levi in Verona. Oh, I thought he had a sweater on, but no, that's just the coloring. What a cute dog. 69 degrees. You definitely don't need the sweater for a walk this afternoon. We are expecting sunshine, so any clouds that we have right now are going to clear as we head into the second part of the day.
Little Levi. Love the name. Love the little cockeyed face.
Yeah, look at his ears. One up, one down.
That's so cute.
Thank you, Hattie. The U.S. once again setting a new daily record for coronavirus cases, confirming more than 100,000 new cases on Wednesday. That, by the way, is the first time we've recorded a 6-digit figure in a single day. In Wisconsin, health officials confirmed 5,800 new cases yesterday. The DHS says 97% of counties in our state have very high activity levels. The 7-day average positivity rate has now increased to 31%.
The UW system says it now has 250,000 rapid result COVID tests thanks to a new partnership with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
That we were chosen to be the first ones, by the federal government, to do a surge capacity to see if we could sort of flatten the curve on this insidious COVID-19.
The partnership is to establish surge testing sites on UW system campuses. Those 250,000 tests will allow people now to get tested at no cost, regardless of if they're experiencing symptoms or not. Thompson says the tests will start being used today, with more sites opening up next week.
The chief of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine is optimistic it could be ready before Christmas. He says the data has to be reviewed by regulators first before the vaccine can be distributed. He said he didn't know the timeline of that. The University of Oxford expects late-stage results to be available by the end of the year. Distribution could start in early 2021. The director of the National Institutes of Health says 130,000 lives could be saved by March just by wearing masks. Dr. Francis Collin calls it a simple, selfless act. He says right now only about half of Americans wear masks in public, but if most people decided to wear a face covering, tens of thousands could be saved. His estimate comes from an influential coronavirus model that predicts COVID-19 deaths could surpass 1 million in the U.S. by the end of February.
So as of now, tonight's NFL game between the Packers and the 49ers is still on. The Niners closed their practice facility yesterday after a positive COVID test. On the Packers side, running back A.J. Dillon also tested positive earlier this week. Running back Jamal Williams and linebacker Kamal Martin were designated as high-risk close contacts and will be staying away from the team until Saturday. Once the Packers are back in Wisconsin, don't plan on seeing them in person this season. The team is extending its hold on allowing fans to watch games at Lambeau. Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy says they'd love to see fans there watching in person, but the increase in cases in Wisconsin is just too much right now. They don't feel they can safely let fans in. The Packers' next home game, by the way, is Sunday, November 15th against the Jaguars.
All right, 6:20 right now, still ahead for us this morning. We'll tell you about today's holiday that I wish we could celebrate every day.
Hey, we're going to take a live look here at a ballot counting center in Pennsylvania. Coming up in our next half hour, we're continuing to follow the latest results from the presidential election. Stay with us.
The best deals in America are on now at Furniture and Appliance Mart's Black November Veterans Day Appliance Sale. Get our best Black Friday appliance deals and doorbusters now. Plus 18 months interest-free. Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline. Thanks to those who served.
When roads get wet and your tires are in bad condition, accidents happen. Meinake's technicians will inspect, repair, or replace your tires as needed to make sure you stay safe on the road. Stop in or make an appointment online today. Meineke, doing car care right.
Advanced non-small cell lung cancer can take away so much. But today, there's a combination of 2 immunotherapies you can take first. One that could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread and that tests positive for PD-L1 and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. It's the first and only approved chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works together in different ways to harness the power of the immune system. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more days, more nights, more beautiful weekends, more ugly sweaters, more big hugs, more small outings. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to attack normal organs and tissues in your body and affect how they work. This may happen during or after treatment is ended and can become serious and lead to death. Some of these problems may happen more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. See your doctor right away if you have a new or worse cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, extreme tiredness, weight changes, constipation, excessive thirst, changes in urine or eyesight, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing, fever, or tingling in hands and feet. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant or lung, breathing, or liver problems. Here's to a chance for more together time, a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all involved in our clinical trials.
How's everybody doing?
Hey, you guys. Hi. It's time to lean on each other.
All of you guys, so much great support.
And laugh with each other. Cheers. Let's do it together with caregiving chats and more. Come find us at aarp.org/near you.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we live where you live, so we honor those who serve and defend our country. To show our gratitude, we're offering great deals store-wide during our Veterans Day sale, like our new look Blaine's Farm and Fleet automotive battery line, all on sale. Introducing new Blaine's Farm and Fleet Naturals and grain-free dog food, $5 off. And this weekend, as a thank you, veterans and active military members save an extra 10% at checkout.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The best deals in America are at Ashley Home Store's Black November Veterans Day sale. Save up to 60% off Black Friday deals and doorbusters now. Plus, interest-free financing for 3 years and bonus Black Friday discounts at checkout. Only at Ashley Home Store. Thanks to those who served.
We're back, 624. A beautiful morning shared with us by Angela. Gorgeous with the sky and the birds in the Capitol. I'm loving everything about that. So thank you, Angela, for sending that in. Share your morning with us. Post a picture on our social media pages. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning.
All right, 624 right now. Fantastic shot there. Feels like we've been celebrating this one all week, guys, but today is the day to celebrate. It is National Donut Day, one of our favorites, of course. America eats 10 billion of them every year. That's about 31 donuts per person. That's a lot of donuts per person. Oh, wow. Well, I feel like we celebrated Donut Day a few months ago, but there are actually 2 National Donut Days.
Oh, yeah?
The other one is the first Friday in June. Hattie's got a little something over there.
Look at this, guys. This came from our stash in the back room where we've been having some treats for election time, but it looks like most of the donuts are gone. They have
some bagels.
How old is that? That's what I want to know.
They're pretty hard.
Is that from Election Day morning?
Is that like a quarter donut in there?
Yeah, I'll touch it because no one's going to eat this. Who did this? Like,
who does that?
Who did?
Shame.
Can we just talk about that for a moment?
Shame.
In a pandemic.
That would be
You did
something
not
Leah
do that.
would do.
I don't want to eat the whole thing, but then I always come back for the rest of it, so I'll take that.
That was a good one, too. That was a Bavarian cream filled
I
donut.
hate that even without the pandemic, but then you put the pandemic in there, and it's like, what in the world?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to be
That is
healthy.
a party foul. I can't even. So funny
Calories
thing
don't
is,
count if you don't eat the whole donut, Josh.
oh my gosh, that's true. I'm not gonna show you my socks, but I put my donut socks on today, not even knowing today was donut day, because I matched my yellow tie. I
Smart.
can't really
You're
show
one.
you right now, but
You're one with the donuts, Josh.
I love it. I do not care.
Bad puns.
Well, they told me I have no time for weather, so we'll be back in a few minutes.
Give me that donut.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
Get more home for the holidays now with the Brothers Maine Black Friday is Today sale. Shop online or safely in store to get up to 38% off and up to $2,000 back on qualifying GE Cafe and GE Profile appliances. Check out our Hot Point top load washer and dryer. Buy the pair and pay only $4.49 each. This is your Black Friday store for more, including free delivery. The Black Friday is Today sale. Hurry in today for more selection, more savings, and more home for the holidays from the Brothers Maine. Your local store for more since 1938.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can take you to deep depressive lows, or give you unusually high energy even when depressed. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. High cholesterol and weight gain, high blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, may occur. Movement dysfunction, sleepiness, and stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
To most people, the idea of fighting is unpleasant. But sometimes to make things right, it's necessary to fight. Some things are worth fighting for. If you or your family has been injured, you'll want a good law firm on your side to make things right again. Since 1930, Habish, Habish & Rotier has recovered more million-dollar results for our clients than any other law firm in Wisconsin. Habish Habish, Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Why Cedar? Because when I get home, we like to play crocodile on the floor. Promise Max's pad removes over 99% of bacteria with just water. Better cleaning with less waste. Cedar, it feels great to feel at home.
Do you have dry, cracked hands from constant washing, cold weather, and hard work? Try O'Keefe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keefe's Lip Repair. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked lips.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
The presidential race still too close to call this morning, but several states could make all the difference today. What we're keeping an eye on as the final ballots are processed.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us. Still too close to call. We are waiting on votes across the country to be processed before the next president of the United States is announced.
Now, there are 3 states that we're focusing on this morning that could determine a winner: Georgia, Nevada, and Pennsylvania. Josh Breider tracking new developments from those states. Josh?
Hey guys, good morning to the both of you. Joe Biden is only a handful of electoral votes away from winning the presidency, which is why these states are all crucial to determine the outcome of the race. Georgia could clinch the presidency for Biden. That state still a toss-up, but within the last 2 hours, Trump's lead in the state has decreased by 0.1%. Election officials across the state have been working through the night to make sure every ballot gets counted. We expect to hear from Georgia's Secretary of State later this morning. Pennsylvania could be the cleanest path to victory for the Biden campaign, but it is far from being called. This is a live look at Philadelphia right now, where poll workers have been counting ballots through the night. The state's 20 electoral votes would put Biden over the threshold needed to win. It would also significantly help President Trump, who is currently 40 electoral votes behind Biden. As votes continue to be counted, the president's lead in Pennsylvania has shrunk to around 150,000 votes. There are at least 1 million that still need to be counted, though. Nevada could be the state that delivers a win to Joe Biden today. Its 6 electoral votes would put the former VP over the 270 vote threshold. Right now, Biden holds a narrow lead over President Trump. Officials say they should have the results there later this morning. Arizona also continuing to count its votes today. As we reported earlier yesterday, the Associated Press called for Arizona for Biden early in the morning. Fox News also called that state for Biden, but others, including CBS, have yet to make the official call. As absentee votes continue to be counted, President Trump has inched closer there, but the AP's analysis says they don't believe there are enough remaining votes for him to catch up.
Take a look at this new video in overnight. These are President Trump supporters. You can see them. They're protesting outside of a voting center in Arizona. Our affiliate in Phoenix had been reporting from inside the building when they say protesters tried to break in, pretending to be journalists. Several had guns and assault rifles. Deputies in Maricopa County in that state eventually dressed in tactical gear as a precaution. The ballot counting process, by the way, in Arizona and Michigan is transparent and thorough. The president has been telling his supporters without evidence that there have been problems with voting and ballot counting there. There have been no reports of fraud in either state.
In Minnesota, anti-Trump protesters demonstrated on I-94, demanding every ballot cast be counted. The Associated Press had projected Joe Biden as the winner of Minnesota late Tuesday night. Hundreds of these protesters are now facing charges stemming from those peaceful demonstrations. Reporters from our affiliate in Minneapolis say people were dancing and singing as they waited for police to arrest and remove protesters one by one. The Minnesota State Patrol says walking on the freeway is illegal and they respect everyone's right to vote. They just say the freeway is not the place to do that.
The Associated Press declared Joe Biden the winner in Wisconsin after the state went down to the wire in the presidential election.
Well, now the Trump campaign is making their intentions of asking for a recount known, saying that they plan to file as soon as they can. Live with more on the recount request, News 3's Taylor Lazenby. Good morning, Taylor.
In 6 presidential elections that a presidential candidate has asked Wisconsin for a recount. Now, Trump's campaign manager says a statement that reports of flaws in several Wisconsin counties raises serious doubts about the results. But they did not say what those flaws are. And state election officials say they have no reports of these flaws. In 2016, a recount confirmed President Trump had narrowly won Wisconsin. Election officials say the results barely shifted from the initial count of ballots. Now, I spoke with Dane County Clerk Scott McDonald, who says we have seen this before and the votes were accurate.
You can tell by that they don't have enough votes to change anything, but you still have to do that. There was some talk about, oh, look at all these votes changed. Most of it was taking a write-in candidate and moving it to a registered write-in pile had no effect on the overall totals.
Well, based on the current margin, the Trump campaign would have to pay for the recount itself. Now, the Trump campaign has also filed for lawsuits in Michigan, Georgia, and Pennsylvania to stop the vote counts in those states. Reporting live in downtown Madison, Taylor Lazenby, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Taylor. Now, Wisconsin's Election Commission is making it very clear that the state's results are not final and won't be for several more weeks. WEC Administrator Megan Wolf says municipal clerks are just starting to triple-check their results. Once that process is complete, individual counties will start the same process.
That is not a process that we made up or adopted. That is according to state law, and we followed state law. Part of democracy.
The State Elections Commission won't start to compile results until next week. One thing we'll probably all remember from this election is how long it takes to make sure every vote gets counted. Wisconsin is one of just a few states that's required to wait until polls open to count absentee ballots. Now, several state leaders are wondering why. Attorney General Josh Kaul and nearly 24 state lawmakers shared those concerns with the legislature earlier this year. There was a bill that did pass the Assembly, which would have allowed the votes to be counted early, but it did not get a vote in the Senate.
Republicans in the state legislature will not be getting the veto-proof majority they'd wanted in both the Assembly and the Senate. Democrats flipped 2 seats in the Senate. The GOP, though, still has control of the legislature. It will start a new session in January when it's expected to respond to the ongoing pandemic and address the state's new budget.
6:35 right now. It's turn to your forecast with Hattie, and everyone's all smiles about this forecast this week. I tell you, it's like we've been spoiled. I put the coat and everything away, and it's almost feeling a little bit more summer-like, even, you could say.
We certainly have. Driving with the windows down, not wearing any extra layers in November is certainly a treat. Take a look at high temperatures yesterday. Upper 60s and low 70s. Some of the warmer spots actually to our north. Camp Douglas, 73 degrees, 70 in Mineral Point, 73 in Boscobel, 72 in Janesville. Madison came close, but we topped at 69 degrees. Now, our record yesterday, 72, so we fell a few degrees short of that. Our warm weather pattern and the quiet weather is expected to continue for the next couple of days. Here's the upper air weather pattern. And again, with the jet stream surging to our north, we continue to keep things mild here across southern Wisconsin. Note on Saturday, though, things start to change up. A big trough in that jet stream or surges south along the west coast of the United States. That will allow a storm system to form in the Rockies, which is eventually going to pull some colder air back into the region. And we put this map into motion. You'll see what happens as we head into next week. Things definitely start to change more. That jet stream shifts to our south and moves right across southern Wisconsin. That'll allow storm systems to move into the area, and temperatures are going to cool down as well. But we have another several days to enjoy these warm temperatures. Take a look at our 10-day temperature trend, well above normal, near 70 for the next 5 days. But boy, you really don't need a degree in meteorology to tell when that cold front is going to move through. We're going to spend most of next week down in the 40s. Here's a look at our current conditions. A few spots in the 40s this morning, a couple in the 50s as well. 52 here in Madison, 45 in Juneau, 50 in Janesville. Out to the west, it is a little cooler in the Wisconsin River Valley. We have low 40s this morning through Boscobel and Lone Rock. The satellite map is showing you some cloud cover in the area. And if you're looking outside right now, you're definitely seeing that cloud cover across southern Wisconsin. It is going to work its way through the area pretty quickly. By 7 o'clock, starting to clear west of the Dells. Still pretty cloudy here in Madison, but by lunchtime, we're looking at clear skies across the entire area. Light west winds and that sunshine will allow temperatures to once again climb close to 70 degrees this afternoon. We'll cool down rather slowly this evening. Temperatures will still be in the 50s at 8 o'clock. Here's our extended forecast. really doesn't get any better than this as we head into the weekend. Lots of sunshine and dry conditions continuing. We'll be right around 70 both Saturday and Sunday. It is going to be windier both days. I've pushed back our rain chances a little bit. Now it looks like the rain will not begin until later in the day on Monday. So Monday will be a mild day, and then we cool down on Tuesday.
All right, Hattie, thank you very much. 6:38 now. As Americans awaited the results of the presidential election yesterday, more than 100,000 people tested positive for COVID. It's the highest single-day increase of the pandemic in the U.S. The White House's coronavirus task force says there is a continued increase in cases, hospitalizations, and deaths, and cases are growing exponentially at this point. The task force is worried that people are getting more lax with COVID precautions. To slow the spread, you should avoid hanging out with people you don't live with, and you should always wear a mask if you go out in public. Now, this is what the pandemic looks like here in Wisconsin. 1 in 3 people who've gotten tested over the past week have had positive test results. More than 52,000 people have active cases, which means they're currently contagious. All but 2 counties have very high activity levels for how the virus is spreading. Hospitalizations in Wisconsin haven't gotten worse, but they haven't gotten better yet either. Only 1 in 10 beds are available statewide, which is consistent with what we've been reporting over the past few weeks. But bed availability is getting worse in the southeastern part of the state. That's where only 7% of hospital beds are available right now. 6 patients are now being treated on the state fairgrounds at the West Allis Alternate Care Facility.
The Badgers now about halfway through their COVID shutdown. The State Journal reports none of the 16 players or 12 staff members have experienced severe symptoms or been hospitalized. The team's using hotel rooms to keep infected players from spreading the virus. It's unclear how many rooms have been rented. Now, the Badgers, we know, won't play this weekend, but as of now, their game against Michigan is still on for next Saturday in Ann Arbor. The Madison City Council expected to make a decision on how to help homeless folks find more permanent housing. The Parks Commission is supporting a revised proposal that encourages city staff to find housing options for people experiencing homelessness. It also maintains Mayor Satyarod's Conway emergency order, which allows temporary camps in certain parks and greenways. The State Journal reports this new order would prevent city-authorized camps once people have been offered an alternate legal housing option.
I'm Josh Breiter with a look at your first warn traffic right now on this Thursday morning. We have a new crash on I-94 westbound. This is just east of Johnson Creek between Highway 67 and County Road DR. So keep that in mind. We are starting to see some delays. So if you're heading west there, keep that in mind. Or if you know someone that is, make sure you let them know. A couple of slowdowns here downtown. East Gorham Street is starting to look a little slower as we see some red showing up on the map. Park Street, a couple of slowdowns southbound as you approach the Beltline there as well. There's your inbound drive times. Let's take a live look outside. Finally, some daylight out there. The sun coming up on this Thursday, and it's going to be another warm day. We're going to be well above average, and Hattie's going to tell us just how warm we're going to be coming up.
And a lot of us have been counting down to the end of the year for a while, but now you can pick up a boozy advent calendar to help it go by a little bit faster. We'll tell you where to get them. That's coming up after the break.
With Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, you can earn a degree in today's hottest fields online. For a limited time, we'll waive your enrollment fee. See what your career can turn into. I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
If you have yellowing between your teeth or if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So for this Thanksgiving holiday, stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour and start using the PowerSwabs 5-minute solution.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. PowerSwabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean. And people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This Thanksgiving, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
To the thousands of Herzing University nursing and healthcare alumni, for your tireless commitment, and to all of your brave colleagues across America, we say thank you.
I'm possible at Herzing.
On the next Live at 4, we'll have all the latest developments as America decides who it wants as its next president.
And veterinarian Carrie Donahue from Full Circle Holistic Veterinary Care will take your pet questions live.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger to create a personalized news feed just for you. The topics you want, the day's top stories, and push alerts for breaking news all through Messenger. Learn more at channel3000.com.
Well, with everyone so overwhelmed right now, how many of us are stress eating our way through this election, right? Yeah. So according to Google, check out the top searches for Election Day. They were fries and liquor stores.
Yes.
People also searched for pizza, Chinese food, sushi, and Mexican food. That's the nation's current mood right now.
That's awesome.
I've had all of that except for sushi this week, I think.
Oh. Yeah, I'm getting my hands on pretty much anything I can get my hands on. It's just, it's tough, you know. Food makes you feel good.
Yeah, we've been leaving food out for Chris outside of his bunker, although I looked today, Chris. You don't like green peppers or onions, huh?
No green peppers, no onions on the pizza.
Very specific pizza request. No green peppers or onions.
Oh, come on. It's not too bad.
Yesterday I had mac and cheese pizza for breakfast, so there's that.
You did.
I did.
I had mac and cheese for dinner, so.
Oh, look at all of us.
On the same page.
We're winning.
All right, a lot of us are looking forward to the end of 2020, which is why Advent calendars could be more popular this holiday season.
An area store already starting to sell its boozy calendars to help you count down to the new year, and I think a lot of people are counting down. Aldi now selling more than 20 different kinds of Advent calendars in its stores. You can choose from ones with beer, wine, or hard seltzer. And if alcohol isn't your thing, don't worry. They have one with cheese for all you Wisconsinites who love the cheese, and chocolate. These have historically sold out pretty quickly, so you'll want to go out and get one sooner rather than later.
So, Chris, you always get the whiskey one, is that right?
So good. I look forward to it every year. And it's nice, you know, you get a little daily treat, you know, leading up to Christmas.
That's a good Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Zach would like that.
We're doing it for 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah. You just have to give it to him early.
As long as he gets me the cheese one. It's a two-way street there, buddy.
I'll give you this. Wrap it. I'll let you open this, but you have to get me one in return.
Yeah. I don't know if he'd go for that. I'll report back.
We should have started these back in March. Like, we need like a 9-month Advent calendar.
We needed this badly. All right, 6:46. Let's take a look at the forecast, which we also needed this week. A lot of sunshine, Hattie.
We certainly did, and the weather has been absolutely gorgeous, and the trend will continue. Our temperatures compared to yesterday morning, are pretty similar. We're actually a little bit warmer in some spots by a degree or two. Here are the actual numbers. We are starting at 52 degrees here in Madison. It's 50 in Mineral Point and Janesville. 47 in the Dells. So a very mild start to the day. Winds are going to stay pretty light today. They will shift to the west, but they'll likely be in the 5 to 10 mile an hour range, so not much of an issue. As we look ahead to the temperature trend over the next 12 hours, it's going to be a steady trend upward through the afternoon. Temps will climb quickly today. Any clouds this morning will clear. We're looking at highs in the upper 60s, real close to 70 degrees. Would not be surprised to see several 70-degree readings on the map this afternoon.
Boy, that's 70. It's just hard to think that now it's, what, the first week of November, and the weather just it's very confusing.
I know. I know. Our normal high is 50, and, you know, 1 day or 2 days would be okay, but having a whole week near 70 really kind of messes us up.
We're going to be shocked when those temperatures and that cold front come in.
You guys, we're
Thanks,
fine
Abby.
with this. Yeah, don't complain.
Until it's like 30 after this. I mean, we're not going to complain until then.
Wait till then.
Tunnel vision through the weekend. Just focus on the weekend.
All right, stick around. The morning sprint is coming up after the break.
And if you have any kids turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can show their picture on TV. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. We thank you for that, and we're right back after this.
News 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Celebrate the holidays with custom gifts from Madison Top Company. Clothing, mugs, ornaments, and more. Ready as fast as 1 hour with their lightning service. Buy local with fast, custom printed gifts at MadisonTop.com since 1974.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Just like you, I had problems sleeping. I tried every pillow out there and nothing worked. 15 years ago, I invented MyPillow. It took me 2 years to develop because I wanted to have everything you would ever want in a pillow. I made sure that you could adjust my patented fill so you could have the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of your sleep position. I also wanted a pillow that would last, so I made MyPillow machine washable and dryable. I back MyPillow with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Not only that, I do all my own manufacturing in my home state of Minnesota.
I really like the fact that it was made in the USA. I think that USA products are a better quality product. I've tried a lot of other pillows and nothing's worked like MyPillow.
I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
I used to think that sheets were just sheets. I got the Giza Dream sheets. They are the most comfortable sheets I've ever had.
The Go Anywhere pillow is so easy to just roll up and take anywhere I want to go.
Go Anywhere pillow is really comfortable, so that's what I really like. It's nice and supportive, and it's nice and small.
The MyPillow topper, for the first time, has enabled me to have a cool night's sleep. I'm able to go to bed and just get rest.
That's 3 inches of wonderful that's in the MyPillow mattress topper. It's just like a firm cloud.
MyPillow helps me get a good night's sleep so I can do my job in the morning.
Go to MyPillow.com to get deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but so much more. For example, you get body pillows regularly $89.99, now only $29.99, or MyPillow dog beds for as low as $19.99 with your promo code.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com.
Did you know that Geico's whole 15 minutes thing, that came from me? Really? My first idea was, in 1/4 of an hour, your savings will tower. Over you, figuratively speaking. But that's not catchy, is it? It's not going to swim about in your brain. So I thought, what about 15 minutes, 15%? Serendipity.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Celebrate the holidays with custom gifts from Madison Top Company. Clothing, mugs, ornaments, and more. Ready as fast as 1 hour with their lightning service. Buy local with fast, custom printed gifts at MadisonTop.com since 1974.
Sun Country Airlines flies you to tropical destinations from Dane County Regional Airport.
Welcome back at 6:51. Time for the morning sprint.
We still don't know who our president will be come January, but several states could make all the difference today. Georgia is one of the 3 we're watching this morning. They could clinch the presidency for Biden. The state is still a toss-up, but within the last 2 hours, Trump's lead in the state has decreased by 1/10 of a percentage point. Election officials across the state have been working through the night to make sure every ballot gets counted. We expect to hear from Georgia's Secretary of State later this morning. Pennsylvania could be the cleanest path to victory for the Biden campaign, but it is far from being called. That state's 20 electoral votes would put Biden over the threshold needed to win. It would also significantly help President Trump, who is currently 40 electoral votes behind Biden. As votes continue to be counted, the president's lead in Pennsylvania has shrunk to around 150,000 votes. There are at least 1 million that still need to be counted. Nevada, though, could be the state that delivers a win to Joe Biden today. Its 6 electoral votes would put the former VP over the 270 vote threshold. Right now, Joe Biden holds a narrow lead over President Trump. Officials say they should have the results later this morning.
President Trump already filing lawsuits in several states over the ballot counting process. The new filings in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Georgia demand campaign observers get better access. However, the process has been transparent, with reporters recording and broadcasting from these facilities. Election officials across the country said vote counting in general has gone smoothly, with few, if any, irregularities.
The AP has declared Joe Biden as the winner of Wisconsin, and now the Trump campaign says they do plan to ask for a recount. President Trump's campaign manager says irregularities in several counties are raising doubts about the results, though no instances of fraud have been reported. Before the campaign can request a recount, election results have to be certified. The state won't be at that point for several more weeks.
Groups in Madison want to make sure every ballot gets counted. Several groups hosted a rally outside the Capitol last night to support that. They say it's important to not call a presidential winner until every vote is counted. While the event pushed back against the Trump administration, this event was set to happen regardless of the election outcome.
The pandemic, still a big threat to Wisconsinites. 1 in 3 people who've gotten tested over the past week have had positive test results. More than 52,000 people have active cases, which means they're currently contagious. All but 2 counties have very high activity levels for how the virus is spreading.
Wisconsin Supreme Court will not consider whether to reinstate the governor's capacity restrictions. The Evers administration had issued that order early last month. The Tavern League of Wisconsin challenged it. The case went back and forth in lower courts. Then the conservative-leaning state Supreme Court made their decision yesterday. The majority did not offer an explanation. The Badgers now about halfway through their COVID shutdown. The State Journal reports none of the 16 players or 12 staff have experienced severe symptoms or been hospitalized. The team is using hotel rooms to keep infected players from spreading the virus. It's unclear how many rooms have been rented. The Badgers, we know, will not play this weekend, but as of now, their game against Michigan is still set for next Saturday in Ann Arbor.
Tonight's Packers game against the 49ers is still on, even though both teams are reporting at least 1 positive test. San Francisco closed its practice facility yesterday, and for the Pack, A.J. Dillon tested positive early this week. Running back Jamal Williams and linebacker Kamal Martin are considered high-risk close contacts, so they'll be staying away from the team until Saturday. Kickoff is at 7:20.
Well, before you hop in your car and drive to work, listen to this. You want to make sure yours isn't part of a new recall? Ford says more than 350,000 of their Explorers have problems with the rear suspension, and it can impact steering. The recall applies to 2013 and 2017 models. At least 13 accidents and 6 injuries have been reported.
Final look at your first warn traffic right now as you head out. We do have this crash on I-94 westbound. This is east of Johnson Creek this morning, so keep that in mind. We're starting to see a couple of delays there so far. Closer to Madison, a couple of delays in and around the downtown area. East Washington looking a little slow. East Gorham Street showing some red on the map there, so keep that in mind. Park Street, Fish Hatchery Road looking A-OK at this time. Drive times inbound, we are moving at posted speeds. John Nolan Drive looks like a couple of brake lights as you approach the downtown Madison area. That's your first warn traffic.
And your first warn weather forecast for today starts out on a very mild note. We do have some clouds in the area, but temperatures are in the 50s here in Madison. Take a look at weather track zoomed out to the state so you can see where that clearing line is. It's working its way towards the La Crosse area as we speak. It'll clear pretty quickly here in southern Wisconsin. Day planner temperatures take us to highs in the upper 60s later on this afternoon, with nothing but sunshine for the second part of the day. Rain chances are pretty slim as we head through the weekend, but looking ahead to next week, things start to change. Enjoy a mild weekend, though.
Stay with CBS and News 3 Now for the latest on the election.